I continue this video. Now I'm going to show you question number 9. Okay, question number 9. What is the diagram given like this? Given A, B, C, D is a parallelogram, and in this parallelogram that A, P and Q are taken on the diagonal BD, on the diagonal P and Q, these 2 points, such that DP that is this this line DP is equals to BQ. Okay, now we have to prove so many, now 5 up to 5 you have to prove so many questions you have to prove with the help of this information. I will see how to prove. Now when I have given you the note here, I have join AC in construction, so it is no need. Okay, without construction also you can prove this one very easily. Now to prove what is given, first of all we have to prove that what is we have to prove first, that triangle APD is congruent with triangle CQD, that is in triangle APD and triangle BQC, these two triangles are congruent. We have to prove. Now how to prove that? You see, since it is a parallelogram, so AD equals to BC, opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Next, DP is equals to PD equals to BQ, it is given. Now again, since it is a parallelogram, these two sides are parallel, so this angle ADP is equals to angle QBC. These two angles are alternative angles, so in that way we can prove that. Here we have written this, that AD is equals to BC, opposite sides of a parallelogram. DP equals to BQ, given ADP and QBC alternative angles, therefore these two triangles are congruent with the help of side angle side. Okay, now next given AP is equals to CQ. Now since these two triangles are, since we have proved already these two triangles are congruent, therefore we can write with the help of CPCT. AP means this side, AP is congruent, AP is equals to CQ with the help of CPCT. Here it is written, since these two triangles are congruent, already have proved, so therefore these two sides are equal. Now question number 2 finished. Now 3, come to the third, AQB. AQB, which triangle is AQB? AQB and another given CPD. Here also same way we have to prove opposite sides are equal, then alternative angles, this angle is equals to this angle, and BQ is equals to DP. So here you have written alternative angles, opposite sides given, so therefore the side angle side we have proved that these two triangles are congruent. Again number 4, like number 2, since these two triangles are congruent, therefore AQ equals to CP with the help of CPCT. So 4 number finished. Now number 5 given what? That APCQ is a parallelogram. Now you know AP, that is APCQ, that is inside one. This one is, we have to prove that it's a parallelogram. Now to prove it's a parallelogram, already you have proved that AP equals to CQ from 2, and AQ equals to CP from 2, not 2, again once again, from 2 and from 4. So we can we know that one theorem is there, if opposite sides are equal, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So we can write, so hence we have written APCQ is a parallelogram as opposite sides are equal. So our question number 9 is finished. Now if you have any doubt regarding other questions of this exercise, so you can ask me. Now I am going to start exercise 8.2. Before 8.2, one theorem you have to know, that is called midpoint theorem. Okay, midpoint theorem is what? Midpoint in a triangle, suppose this is a triangle ABC. In this triangle, if P is a midpoint of AB and Q is a midpoint of AC, then if you join these two midpoints, then you will get a line segment. That line segment PQ is always half of BC, and this PQ line is always parallel to BC. This half of BC, it is not given in your book, it is theorem number 8.9, but you have to join it in the given statement. You see in exercise theorem number 8.9, it is given the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side, and half of it you have to join this line, okay, and half of it. Okay, this is a midpoint theorem. It's very important, this theorem. You sometimes it is proof also coming, so you go through this theorem and try to prove it. Now you come to the exercise 8.2. now 8.2 question number 1, what is given, that here with the help of midpoint theorem only we are going to prove it. Now you see 8.2 question number 1 is what is given, that ABCD is a quadrilateral. It is given ABCD is a quadrilateral. PQRS are the midpoints of the side AB, BC, CD and DA respectively, and we have to prove that SR is parallel to SR is parallel to AC and SR is half of AC, and at the same time we have to prove that PQ is equals to SR, this PQ is equals to SR, and PQRS, this one is a parallelogram. It's very easy to prove. Now first of all you have to take in the triangle ABC. Here P and Q are the midpoints of the triangle AB of the side AB and BC given. So with the help of midpoint theorem you can write directly PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half of AC without using midpoint theorem. Again in this triangle S and R are the midpoints of the side AD and DC respectively. Therefore SR is parallel to AC and SR is half of AC with the help of midpoint theorem we have written here. So from 1 and 2, SR also parallel to AC and half of AC, and PQ also parallel to AC and half of AC. So from these two we can write that from 1 and 2 can write PQ goes to RS and PQ is parallel to RS because AC is the common for both. So since another theorem is also there, thus PQRS is a parallelogram. Since you know a pair of opposite sides is parallel as well as equal, then that quadrilateral is called parallelogram. All the theorems are there in your textbook, so I'm telling you, you write all the theorems in one paper and by heart it, all the theorems, okay, and try to prove also. So in that way the question number 1 is finished. Now next I have given you question number 3. So question number 3, what is given in the same way, ABCD is a rectangle given, this is a rectangle, and PQRS are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Show that the quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus, that inside quadrilateral is a rhombus. Now to prove it is a rhombus you have to prove that all the sides are equal. Now same way, first of all we have to prove that it is a parallelogram as what we have done in question number 1. Okay, in triangle we have taken this triangle ABC and we have written that D and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC, therefore DQ is parallel to AC and half of AC, and at the same time you take this triangle ADC and here also you prove SR is parallel to AC and SR is half of AC. So therefore what you can write, that PQ is parallel to SR and PQ goes to SR, therefore PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, since a pair of opposite sides is parallel as well as equal. Now in a rectangle, you know, since it is a rectangle given, in a rectangle AD equals to BC, opposite sides are equal, therefore half of AD equals to half of BC. As you know that S is the midpoint of AD and Q is the midpoint of BC, so half of AD I can write AS and half of BC I can write BQ. So this one I have given name as 4. Now we are taking two triangles. Okay, one triangles we have taken as APS, APS, this triangle I have taken, and another we have taken BPQ. These two triangles we have taken, and here we have proved that AP equals to PB because P is the midpoint. Again AS equals to BQ, just now we have proved from 4, and these two angles are 90 degree because it is a rectangle, each angle equals to 90 degree. Therefore these two triangles are congruent, so we can write that PS, this side PS is equals to this side. And you know, in a parallelogram if adjacent sides are equal, that means all the sides are equal. So in that way we can write this parallelogram PQRS is a rhombus. So question number 3 is finished. Now comes to the question number 4. Question number 4, what is given, ABCD is a trapezium in which AB ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC, and the diagonal BD, and E is the midpoint of AD, and F is the midpoint of a line is drawing through E. A line is drawing through E which intersect that BC at the point F. You have to prove that F is the midpoint of BC. Now how to prove it? So we have written, let BD intersect EF at G. Now this point name you have to give G. So this line intersect this diagonal at the point G. Now you see, we have taken this triangle. 1 minute, I think. We have taken this triangle. I'll prove. I'll show you here from here only. We have taken this triangle DAB. Okay, as it is E is a midpoint of the triangle side AD, and this line EF is parallel to AB. This is the converse of midpoint theorem. If you see, the converse of midpoint theorem is what? That is, if you draw suppose ABC is a triangle and P is the midpoint of AB. If you draw a line which is parallel to and this intersect at the point Q, if you write that if the line PQ is parallel to BC and P is the midpoint of AB, therefore Q is also midpoint of AC. If the condition, again I am telling you, if P is the midpoint of AB and PQ is parallel to BC, then Q, and which point it will intersect AC, that it will bisect the AC. That means Q must be midpoint of AC. This is the converse of midpoint theorem, and with the help of converse of midpoint theorem we have proved this problem, that E is the midpoint already given and EF is the parallel to AB given. If EF is parallel to AB, therefore EG also parallel to AB. In that sense, this is midpoint and this line is parallel to AB, therefore it bisect the third side, that is BD. Bisect means G is the midpoint of BD. Okay, so in that way we have proved that G is the midpoint of BD. Now next you come to this triangle. As G is the midpoint of BD and GF is parallel to AB, therefore by converse of midpoint theorem, F is also midpoint of BC. Here you see we have written same way. In triangle DAB, E is the midpoint of DA and EG is parallel to AB, therefore G is the midpoint of DB. Again in triangle BDC, G is the midpoint of BD and GF is parallel to AB is parallel to DC, therefore F is the midpoint of BC. Hence proved. Okay, now next I have given you question number 7. So question number 7, just you see question number 7, what is given? ABCD is a right triangle. ABCD is a right triangle. Here ABC is a right triangle at C. Then it is given M is the midpoint of AB, that is hypotenuse, and this line and parallel to BC. This line is parallel to BC, and you have to prove that D is the midpoint of AC and MD is parallel to perpendicular to AC, and CM, that means you have to join this one. Okay, CM is equals to MA. MA means this side, these two sides are equals to half of AB. Okay, now see how to prove. Now first of all, this is also converse of midpoint theorem, that you have to take this triangle. What is the triangle? ACB. In this ACB, M is the midpoint of AB given and this line is parallel to BC. Therefore, by converse of midpoint theorem, D is also midpoint of AC. We have written D is the midpoint of AC by converse of midpoint theorem. Now since MD is parallel to BC and this is 90 degree, therefore this is also 90 degree. Corresponding angles are equal, you know, all of you, that ADM equals to ACB, corresponding angles, but ACM is 90 degree, therefore ADM also 90 degree. And when it is 90 degree, that means this is the perpendicular to AC. So we have here written that ADM equals to CDM is to 90 degree. Okay, now that means it is a perpendicular. Next we have to prove that these two sides are equal Now, so I think you understand. So we have proved that MD is perpendicular to AC. Now you see, next we are going to prove that CM is MA equals to half of AB. Now if it is 90 degree, therefore this is also 90 degree, because sum of these two is 180 degree. So here it written this 180 degree linear pair. So each of them equals to 90 degree. Now we have to take two triangles. One is this, one is this, another is this. Okay. Now one is ADM, another is CMD. Here written. 1 minute. It is very much difficult to find out like this way. Okay, from here you see, one is A, here you see have one is ADM, other is CMD. Now in this, AD goes to CD as D is the midpoint, as D is the midpoint of the AC. And next we have proved that these two angles are equal, each 90 degree. So and DM is the DM is common side, therefore these two triangles are congruent. Since these two triangles are congruent, therefore we can write that AM equals to CM. Okay, so since AM equals to CM and AM, so we can write the AM equals to CM with the help of CP CT. Okay, now AM is half of AB, we know, because M is the midpoint given. So AM equals to, or AM, or in place of AM they have given MA. MA equals to CM equals to half of AB. Or one thing, I think in question number 7 something I have, okay, I think you have understood. Okay, now this is the last class before your second phase exam. I have already completed my syllabus. If any doubt, any question, please ask me in my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you.